We're jumping straight in today. TeddySwims. He's just smashed a ticket sales record up in Manchester.
TeddySwims sold 18,281 tickets.
Long before the lights hit the stage, TeddySwims was singing into a secondhand mic in his bedroom, chasing a feeling he couldn't quite put into words. Now in 2025, he's packing those brutally honest emotions into arenas around the world, and each night is a chance to remind us why music can heal even the quietest ache. From Europe's historic halls to the bright lights of North America and beyond, Teddy's tour isn't just a series of dates. It's a gathering, a collective exhale, a shared reminder that we're not alone. So get ready to feel every note in your chest and every lyric in your heart.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore.
Rehearsal mornings begin long before sunrise in a converted warehouse outside of Atlanta. Teddy arrives with coffee in hand, greets the crew, and eases into warm-ups alongside his 3 backing vocalists while technicians balance the new follow spot system. Once the lights track to everybody's satisfaction, the full band plugs in. They tackle Lose Control more than once, first to settle tempo, then to mark pyro positions with strips of fluorescent tape at center stage. Midday pauses feel more like family lunches than production meetings. The talk drifts from wellness routines to flight logistics, from new guitar strings to the best way to stash a sax in overhead bins. By early afternoon, the crew resets for a complete line check, tightening cues until the arrangement clicks into place.
I thought I would be nervous because, last time we performed, it was like 300 to 700 cap rooms.
Show day routine moves with the precision of a pit stop. Rounded platform edges roll off the truck first, followed by the drum riser and the lift that'll carry Teddy into view for the upcoming number. Video engineers mount LED panels programmed for slow-moving color fields rather than high-packed graphics. Carpenters secure the curved catwalk that lets the singer cross the stage without losing sight of the horn section. Lighting techs program hushed pulls of white for ballads and full-spectrum sweeps for the choruses that bring an arena to its feet. Soundcheck doubles as a subtle dress rehearsal for audience interaction. Teddy leaves the stage, walks the empty floor, and practices a quick microphone pass with the team members standing at the barricade. It's these small refinements that make the handoff feel effortless when a real fan takes the mic that night. Moments before doors, the band forms a quiet circle backstage. No speeches and no ritual chants, just a shared nod that it's time. House lights fade, the main curtain holds, and Teddy steps onto the lift that'll push him into view. From that point forward, the rehearsed precision gives way to live energy, and the night belongs to the music. Teddy's 2025 tour is set to turn large rooms into one long full-body exhale. Rehearsal plans call for a cinematic opener, house lights to drop to a low hum. The band eases into a slow groove behind a closed curtain, then fabric falls and Teddy rises on the center stage lift as the first riff of Not Your Man hits the crowd. Working set lists move quickly through Hammer to the Heart, 911 in a brass-charged picky, yet the pacing isn't all forward throttle. Mid-show run-throughs dim the stage to a single spotlight on pianist Mike Burton for Bad Dreams. Teddy standing in that pool of light before Reds and Golds crash back in on the horn-driven Simple Things. Lose Control hits as the emotional summit. Flame jets have fired in tech rehearsals along its final chorus, though the effect is secondary to the crowd's roar. The scheduled encore rekindles the bluesy grind of Bet on Fire, eases into Goodbye's Been Good to You, and closes with a confetti-laced The Door. House lights warming so fans can see themselves finish the last refrain. Stage drawings show rounded platforms and a 2-level riser that keeps every player in view. The LED wall favors muted color fields, and new PRG ground control multi-follow spots let Teddy roam without harsh cutaways. Even so, the strongest note from rehearsals centers less on gear than field space for quick stories, handshakes on the rail, and call-and-response moments that turn choruses into collective confessions. That balance, arena muscle wrapped around living room connection, is what concert goers can expect when the first notes ring out and carry across the rest of the year.
Baby, that ain't for me, that ain't for me, oh no.
The 2025 journey already feels like a moving city. It began on February 11th in Düsseldorf, swept east through Berlin, drifted north into Oslo and Stockholm, then threaded its way to Paris before settling into a week of sold-out UK arenas. In late March, the caravan leapt the Atlantic for South America's biggest festivals. Crowds in Buenos Aires, Santiago, Bogota, and Sao Paulo sang "Lose Control" loud enough to drown the monitors, and then the band's compass pointed north again. By early May, the trucks were rolling up the U.S. coastline, and June finds the crew weaving through Richmond, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, and Chicago, while the Midwest warms into summer. A short break in July gives the gear a chance to breathe. Then the cases reopen in San Diego on the last night of the month. The route curves through Las Vegas and Phoenix, cuts across Texas and the Gulf, and reaches a mid-August homecoming in Atlanta. From there, it climbs to Nashville, braces for the thin air at Red Rocks, skirts the Canadian border in Vancouver, and coasts down to LA for a Greek theater finale on September 9th. October belongs to Oceania. Plans call for Christchurch and Auckland first, then 3-night stands in Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne, with single evening stops at Adelaide and Perth. Management penciled in a spare week at the end of October, room for one last outdoor celebration if demand stays hot, before the trucks head for storage and the crew finally sleeps in their own beds. TeddySwims built this tour around one clear idea. A song lands hardest when the person singing it feels close enough to hear the crowd breathe. The 2025 run follows that principle from the first curtain drop to the final confetti fall. Rehearsals focus on honest vocal work, production details serve the melodies rather than distract from them, and the route itself forms a continuous line, Europe to South America, North America to Oceania, so each stage can carry the same lived-in warmth. If you step into an arena on this itinerary, expect an opener that lifts the room, a mid-show hush that lets every seat feel the words, and a closing surge that leaves lights bright enough for strangers to see one another sing. The gear will travel in trucks and the songs will travel online, yet the real measure of the tour will rest in the shared voices that rise over the PA each and every single night.